Welcome strugglers. Today in this video I am going to understand the true meaning of my top 9 favorite quotes from Berserk. We will understand the deepness of every quote and also understand that how are they applicable in our real life as well. One of the best things about the quotes in Berserk is that they are way ahead of time. In an era where animation is becoming world-class but storytelling is becoming third-class, in that era Berserk is the best way to escape the reality and create a new world of yours. If you desire one thing for so long, it's a given that you will miss other things along the way. That's how it is, that's life. This quote by Godo is one of the relevant quotes you will ever hear. Doesn't matter what is your age. At every point of life, either it's young age, teenage, adult age, middle age or old age, there is always something we want so hard that we just ignore the other great things which we can feel and achieve in our life. In childhood we care about toys and ignore the commands of our parents. In teenage we want fame and privileges and ignore our studies. In adult age we want a safe and secure job and we ignore our moral values. In middle age we want a genius Newton-level child who will make us proud even though we ourselves haven't achieved anything without even trying. And finally in old age we want rest, extreme care and 24/7 attention. Majority of the humans live their life in such a pointless and impactless way and gets thrown into hell. This quote tells us that it's not wrong to have a strong goal towards something, but ignoring the other beautiful aspects of the life is just wrong. Hate is a place where a man who can't stand sadness goes. What is sadness? Sadness is a negative emotion in which a creature feels exactly the opposite of normal or happy. This is another great quote Berserk manga has given us. This line gives us a brief look inside the human mind. A man starts to hate someone or something only because he couldn't tolerate that negative emotion. If he faces the sadness and overcomes it, he will come out as a stronger than before guy. But people with weak ambitions fail to overcome it and go to the place called hatred. If you are always worried about crushing the ants beneath you, you won't be able to walk. I don't think I need to explain this line for you, as this statement can be understood by even someone who hasn't read Berserk. Lots of people in their life fails to fulfill their wishes just because they don't understand that it's their life and it's their decision whether how will they live it. They care about the problems more than the ambition itself. While listening to music, whenever there is a signal problem you keep focusing on the music instead of getting distracted by the loss of signal. Just like that, focus on the main things of your ambitions instead of thinking about others who don't even know your full name, even if we painstakingly piece together something lost. It doesn't mean things will ever go back to how they were. I would like to elaborate it with a small speech. Life is like a mirror. Once it's broken it can be repaired, but it won't be the same as it was before. The more that glass breaks, the more it gets difficult to repair it, and slowly a time comes when the glass is so much broken that it just cannot be repaired anymore. And that is when a glass who was once a single piece is now broken into several pieces of different shape, size and strength. If one can't live their life the way they want, they might as well die. As I told you earlier, that it's your life and it is up to you to decide whether what you should do. If you live your entire life listening to others and doing what others please, you are just fooling yourself in believing that you are living your life, but in reality you are selling yourself to others. And that is what 𝗙𝘃ecie𝗿𝗶𝘆 wants to tell us. You have the strongest armor, because you are the weakest. In a war, if someone is having the strongest weapon, it simply means that either he is the most professional or the weakest. But why is that? Is the strongest weapon only for the weakest? This answer is very difficult to answer, considering the fact that if someone is using the strongest weapon, then it simply means he doesn't trust his skills. Because if he trusts his skills, he won't be needing to use the strongest weapon. He would always find a way to use his current weapon in a better way. The reward for ambition too great is self-destruction. If we take a look at the most successful people in this world, they all had some terrible experiences in their life before reaching this level. How many of them starved? How many of them had sleepless nights? How many of them cried for weeks and thought of giving up? They did destructed themselves, but in the end they got what they wanted, whether it's good or bad. It's so unfortunate to wake up during a dream. A dream is like a movie. Doesn't matter whether you are enjoying it or not, you should always finish it. Maybe you might end up finding something that you won't find even in a good movie. This is what this quote wants to explain. And finally, the quote which gives us a hint at how much exhausted Guts is. When you meet your god, tell him to leave me alone. In his journey of fighting demons, he can't sleep one night properly. Pure madness, suffering, brutality, pile of dead bodies, disgusting sights. He just keeps seeing them every day like it has become his daily routine. In his journey of slaying monsters, he saw so many demons, but there was not a single time when he felt God. This line itself shows that for Guts, God doesn't exist. His life is now demons only. So with this I would like to end the video here. Do let me know which quote influenced you the most.